Hello adventurers, hello YouTube, modern day Tom Sawyers. Here we are back in Path of Exile 2. I'm up at the top of the ziggurat. And I've just bought myself a bunch of tabs. Because this game is tab-tastic. Almost everything goes into a separate tab. I've got tabs for everything now. Tabs for abyssals, tabs for rituals, tabs for... you name it, I've got a tab for it. Special rune tab. The rune tab has your runes, your Kalguran runes, your soul cores, idols, ancient augments. The abyssal has got, you know, all your body parts and jawbones and ribs and all that kind of crap. And this expedition tab has got Verisium, the crests and alloys and all that. And this is for the things you get from the breach. I haven't done one of them just yet. And then these are the regular ones that I had. What I've also done is I have invested in a couple of weapons because I'm undercooking as far as my DPS is concerned. So I desperately need to swap over, but I need plus spell damage inserts here. I need greater iron runes, and I need 2 of them. So once I have greater iron runes, I'll pile them in and see what's what, because I lose a lot of spell power. Right, I need to travel to the infested barrens. Where's the infested barrens? Yes, if I go here, jungle ruins. Hope that bloody great big monkey from yesterday isn't around. He was a pain in the ass. Imagine dropping a building on a bloke. Do you know what I mean? That's like, hello? Rude? There's no need for that kind of behavior, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. Or how big a monkey you are. I don't care, you don't drop a building on people. I'm afraid anyone who thinks, ook, here, catch this 2 up, 2 down, semi-detached, is civilized behavior, has got another thing coming. I just had to do a drop-in, and I heard my voice back, and I am slurring a little bit more than usual at the moment, and I apologize for that. As those of you who've been here since day 1 will know, I had a very bad accident some time ago, and I'm on an awful lot of medication, and a lot of it is painkillers and muscle relaxants and anti-anxiolytics and all that kind of crap. And as a result, it makes me sound like I'm slurring my words. And some people have said that it makes me sound like I'm drunk.
Take hold!
Believe me, if I drank with my medication, I wouldn't be here very long. So I apologize if I am slurring a little bit more than normal. So I guess what we're going to do is uncover as much of the jungle as possible again. We won't go into that dungeon again. What we will do is to uncover most of this part. Maybe we'll have a go at Big Boy with the building. And then go to where we're supposed to go, clear that, and have a look to see what trouble we can get into over there. And then get back, do the hand-ins, and if we've got time then to push this forward before this one comes to an end, we will. Otherwise we'll bring it to an end and we'll start do a nice big long one tomorrow. So yesterday I got hold of a copy of the changes for 0.5.2, and I'll just briefly run through some of them here. 0 spot 5 spot 2 changes, endgame changes. We've added a new on the wind multi-choice Keystone Atlas passive, granting the option between as merry spirits with 50% increased movement speed, or as merry spirits no longer dematerializing when there are no players nearby. The partial translations Atlas Master option has been redesigned. Instead of granting 20% chance for double effect of explicit modifiers on tablets, it now grants randomly gained between 0 and 40% increased effect of explicit modifiers on tablets. On the mortuary map, which is only available through the Unexpected Missions Jado Atlas Master option, that's a mouthful, now allows you to replace a limb, the same as in Atziri's Temple, at the end of the map boss fight. They've added various indicators to help guide players to use an ancient mechanism after defeating the Arbiter of Divinity. Queen's Rituals from the Mysterious Rites Atlas passive now have 10 additional omens in the first set of favors. The Mysterious Rites Atlas passive now describes all of the other bonuses the Queen's Ritual previously had as well. And they've added a new Necrotic Catalyst which adds quality that enhances minion modifiers on a ring or amulet. There is also a refined Necrotic Catalyst, both of which are available through the Genesis tree. They've also added a quick action menu to the endgame map when playing with a controller. Press Hold X square with the endgame map open to show this menu.
We live to see another day. Thanks for the help. I'm no rookie, but the monsters have been in a frenzy lately. Haven't left my camp in days, and haven't heard from the others in weeks. If you're heading further into the jungle, would you check on Sebastian's camp in the infested barrens for me? It's on your way. The infested barrens are to the northeast.
I like.
Still alive, I see. You saw the mighty Silverfist and lived to tell the tale? Few can say the same. In fact, I've half a mind to call you a liar. But if you're telling the truth, don't let it go to your head. He's ruled this part of the jungle for a long, long time. Any who wander too close tend to regret it. Though, not for very long. Apes are one thing, but quadrillas? Now they're fearsome. The Val left these lands drowning in corruption after their cataclysm. Guess it twisted the creatures here into something unnatural. Still, I can't help but think 4 arms could come in handy, wouldn't you say? No pun intended. The monsters have always been tough out here, that's not new. What is new is how they're behaving. Used to be you'd only find trouble if you walked into a den or trampled a hive. You'd have to make a mistake to provoke an attack. Something's changed. Now, it's like they're hunting us. Nowhere in the jungle is safe. Maybe we've overstayed our welcome. We've got 2 more camps close to the Val ruins we're exploring. We really only return to the encampment for supplies or more hands to hold treasure. Sebastian leads the camp in the infested barrens. He's been with this expedition longer than I have. He's one of the few veterans left. A newcomer, Yorick, leads the camp in the Chimeral wetlands. Oswald was hesitant, but Yorick was insistent. Hard to deny a volunteer with so few of us left. Yorick's no adventurer, but he must be an archaeologist or something. And how he goes on about Val architecture and history, it's hard to get him to stop. I worry for Yorick. The monsters are getting more dangerous, and some of the newcomers joining our expedition have been untrustworthy.
Untrusty newcomers. The shock.
Under ideal circumstances, all members of an expedition will be experienced and honourable adventurers.
Nah.
They'd work together so everyone could survive and get paid. They'd resist the temptation to steal or lie or abandon their campmates. And they certainly wouldn't murder someone in the night and abscond with the documented and hard-earned valuables of the expedition. But it's not ideal circumstances. We've lost too many. I need to hire whoever we can.
So you've been besieged by a bunch of cutthroats masquerading as adventurers.
Survivors, half-wits, and the occasional lunatic.
There you go.
That's our expedition in a nutshell. Used to be, we were seasoned veterans out here. These days, if a newcomer lasts more than a week, it's a cause for celebration. Still, with the Kalgurans throwing coin around, plenty of folks are willing to risk their lives for a shot at the spoils. You won't find these in any old market. Watch for snakes.
Pack's heavy enough already. Wretched animal! Wild, take hold!
The Auroch are truly terrifying to behold. I suspect their canine features result from genetic mutations. Their tribesmen are, for all their brutality, the Auroch live in harmony with the forces of nature. Perhaps they have no choice. But I wonder if we are the fools. The Auroch are truly terrifying to behold. I suspect their canine features result from genetic mutations, perhaps born of the cataclysms that reshaped these lands.
Wretched animal! Roots and snare ye!
Oh god. Is that bloke? He's gonna drop another house on me. He's got a problem with Doric columns. Oh? What's wrong with you? Are you stuck? No, don't tell me you're stuck. Could this be... Oh, too good to be true. Look, I don't care. This is cheese. This is a huge amount of cheese. More cheddar than Elon Musk's wallet. But I don't care. After he turned me into a couple of kilos of Druid paste the other day, I don't give a damn. He's going down. Oh, the cheese. Oh dear, I shall celebrate with some fondue.
May the roads take you.
Yeah, exactly. I'll celebrate with some fondue. Yeah, get lost, Stinky.
Nature's grasp!
Yes, I think it's fair to say that the monkey fell to a rather large slice of cheddar. It was cheddared out of existence. And I express zero shame. At having cheddared it. Kicked my ass yesterday with relative ease. Probably didn't even raise a sweat. And it did so by dropping a bloody house on my head. So do I feel guilty by using a little bit of cheese? Hell no. Hell no.
Roast and scare ye!
Yeah, Hakuna Matata. Or as I say, you can Hakuna Matatis.
Nature's fury!
Right, how are we doing in this dump? Okay. Oh, come here. got one little bit down there, one little bit down there. Right. Well, we've got to go to the infested barrens, which is just as well because we're up here. So task list was kill jungle, kill big beastie, go to the infested barrens. So far we're having a good day then. Oh, hello.
Nature's wrath!
I remember this place. You shouldn't come here if you've got trypophobia. Because there's lots of things hiding in holes. Ready to jump out at you. Sorry.
Wretched animal!
Well, wouldn't you know it? It is exactly that time of day. And Tuxedo Cat has poked her head out from between the curtains with that look on her face that says, "Oi, gif Bicky." There you go, Tuxedo Cat. She's gorgeous. She's my mate. She's gorgeous. And I love her to bits. Taxi. Oh god, it's another one of these buggers. Alright, come on.
I'll take you.
A druid knows to travel light.
Well.
Soulless threat! I'm full up. Ancient secrets laid bare.
Down, beast!
That'll make 3.
Roach and snare ye! Wretched animal!
Three down. Can't carry anymore.
Take what's old.
Well, that was hectic.
Pack's heavy enough already.
Appreciate the hand. Strange to see a new face out here. I haven't seen a familiar face in weeks, for that matter. Are you joining the expedition? You're looking for the chimeral wetlands. Do me a favor. Tell Yorick he's an idiot. Kid isn't built for this work, yet he chose to lead a camp there. The chimeral wetlands are to the northwest.
Thank you kindly.
Your time's long past.
Beauty like this always hides teeth.
Down, beast!
And there's the teeth.
Roach and snare ye! Not that by a bloody flower! Andognie! take him!
Right, now where was I?
This bears the mark of chaos.
Yeah. Delirium changes. This is changes to 0.5.2. Delirium changes. They've halved the amount of toughness that unique enemies in the fog gain during delirium encounters. They've halved the amount of increased damage that normal magic and rare enemies in the fog gain during delirium encounters. And delirium shards on the bar now spawn when you get to the correct depth, as opposed to slightly earlier. They're also now placed better when spawning to be less likely to be directly on the player's location. Delirium mirror shards spawned from hitting depth targets on the bar no longer persist after a delirium encounter ends. Runes of Alder changes. They've significantly improved the rewards from Remnant Encounters Tier 14 maps and above. Many of the 3-slot runic inscriptions no longer appear at these levels, or have a reduced chance to appear from Tier 10 maps onwards. Rune Fathers Alloy and Rune Binders Alloy are now found as 8-slot runic inscription rewards in Remnant Encounters.
Ropes and snare ye! Gale's menace!
Bond rune in Remnant Encounters has been changed. It still causes rare monsters in each wave to transfer modifiers on death, however, it now spawns fewer rare monsters overall, especially when paired with the power rune. But the number of modifiers the rare monsters can have goes up per wave. The prismatic rune in Remnant Encounters no longer provides always shocks to monsters, and the resistances granted to monsters by this has been reduced. It also now provides all damage contributes to flammability and ignite magnitude to monsters. The damage gained as a random element benefit has been removed, but this is still present when empowered by a power rune. Every section of the ocean revealed by an expedition logbook is now guaranteed to contain at least one grand expedition. The rune-mastered ornate ringmail body armor base type now has 725 armor, 206 energy shield, and 130 ward. It previously had 210 armor, 60 energy shield, and 112 ward, so it's had a big boost. The rune-mastered venerable defender shield base type that provides energy shield now has energy shield values of 135. Previously 56, another big boosty. Varro can now be invited to your hideout in the Runes of Alder Leagues. They've added a quest marker to the runesmithing knowledge interactables in Acts 2, 3 and 4 and logbooks to draw attention to them. The journey to the East quest item now provides more direction on what to do with it and can now only be turned into Danig in the ruins of Kingsmarch. Transcendent Alloy can no longer be applied to foci and wands. Rog no longer continues appearing at the end of the Uhtred fight if you've already spoken to him there. Danig no longer continues appearing at the end of the Olroth fight if you've already spoken to him there. And Tujen no longer continues appearing at the end of the Varana fight if you've already spoken to him there. Monster changes. There's a lot of monster changes. I'll do this at some other point. Yeah, I'll do the monster changes at some other point. I'll go through them tomorrow maybe.
Fair to look at. Found.
So there's an awful lot of changes coming. I thought the patch was big. The patches to patch the patch, and the patches to patch the patch are going to be pretty big as well.
Nature takes what's old. Wretched animal! A druid knows to travel light. Routes and dare you!
And I apologize in advance, but it's nagging time again. The wonderful people at YouTube remind us on an almost hourly basis to please remind people to like, subscribe, save, and as Joe said yesterday, you know the thing. Right? It would be wonderful also if you'd leave a comment. That would be fantastic. It would make me feel wonderful and special and all that jazz. And yeah, thanks.
Quickly. Move swiftly.
Still alive. Some odds and ends we found in the jungle. My tribe could use them. Be wary.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we've cleared
Lucky for
3
me,
jungles.
Chaos is where I thrive.
Shut up. We've cleared 3 jungles and beaten a Chimera, beaten another boss, and we cheesed old Mr. I'll drop a house on your head guy. So I think we've bought ourselves a little time and we can stop here. So I'll open this waypoint. Thank you very much. And we'll call it a day. And I will see you lot tomorrow. Thanks ever so much for hanging out with me. You've been amazing. And I've been awesome. Now, where to go? Physical damage. Critical hits. Let's go physical. Let's go physical. Physical. Sorry, it took me back to the 80s there for a second. There you go. Thank you very much. I will see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody.